Dear students, this is a PowerPoint presentation for theory basics. It's a slideshow with explanations in MUSC1018, English for Musicology. The first slide you see that it's about the rhythm values. Now you see four columns. First is the British name of the different rhythm values. The second, the notation looks like. The third column is the American term of the same rhythm values than the British term. And the fourth column is the rest signals, because every length of the note has its equivalent rests. Most of the musics counting depend on the quarter note, or in the British term is crotchet. So if I have 4 count in one bar or measure, the whole thing is math, right? So I have 4 count bar. It's a 4 count note, which called whole note. This is how they put the whole rest, and the British name is semi-breve. The half note, it's a 2 count note. If I count 2 plus 2 together, it's equal with 4 notes, 4 count note, and is also in one bar. If I have 4 beats or 4 quarter notes or 4 counts in one bar, I call these notes quarter note or crotchet, and this is how the quarter rest looks like in music. 1 quarter note equal with 2 eighth notes, or in the British term is quaver. 8 eighth notes has a 4x4 bar, and this is how the 8 rest looks like. Now, why the 16 note called 16 note? Because in one bar there is 16 pieces of notes in this time, a kind of time value, which British term is semiquaver. So what it means that in a whole note, one whole note equal with 16 pieces of 16 notes. And this is the rest signal of the 16th note. Now, the last one is actually the quite smallest one is the 32nd note, and it means that you have 32nd small notes if you want to be equal with one rest. How is it if I'm counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means quarter note. So what this means, that I have 4 pieces of quarter note in this particular bar or music. You see this line is called bar line. Okay, let's talk about a 2x4. What the first number says to us, that how many specified notes or counts do I have in this bar. And this, the number below, is that what type of this note. The 4 is always means quarter note. So I have 2 pieces of quarter note in this music. Yeah? You see, The bar line finishes the bar. If you see sometimes 6/4, it means that I have six pieces of quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this music. But it's not too common, the 6/4. What is the most common? Yeah, the 4/4. That's why it says also common time. So this or this at the beginning of music, it has the same meaning. The cut time little bit will come later, okay? So we don't need to talk about it too much. What is the most common? 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4. This is that you will use at the beginning of your musical journey. Later, the 6/8 and other time signatures will come. Rhythm pattern, which is also its value equal with a quarter note, and it's called a triplet. In another name is triola. Why is it triola? Because it's easy to say. Yeah? If I say 1, 2, 3, 4, triola, 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 triola. Yeah, so this is my beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it divides the quarter note for 3 equal parts. The syncopation is an unusual articulation. The articulation as you put the accent into the music. I'm going to play you this musical example. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Yeah, so it's a little bit like playing a game with you musically, like you expect a kind of normal accent as the music normally would bring it, but because of the syncopation, it's a little bit tricked out. You are a little bit tricked out. So let's do it again. Here in Oman, we use the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, so, fa, mi, re, do system. So the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si system. Another name is sol musician or French solfege system or French solfeggio system. I don't know if you know it or not, but actually there is 2 solfege system, and in Oman we use the fixed system, and the fixed system is do is always the same than the note C. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. There is no, the different is only the name of the note. Now this is the connection between bass and treble clef. If you see, actually, it looks like it's this scale as an infinity movement between the notes step by step. And this is true if the keyboard would be longer, right? So actually the keyboard is longer. So there is note before and there are notes above this C or this do, right? So if I see, Yeah, until the beginning and the end of the keyboard, I can play the scale up and down. The border is only our hearing that we can detect this sound, or we can't detect this sound. Now, if you see, actually, it's a kind of explanation about the left hand, the border of the left hand of the piano and the right hand of the piano, and the border of the bass clef and the treble clef. So if I see, I can play you the notes, and you will see that at the middle do or middle C, which is exactly the middle of the piano, yeah, I switch my hand to the right hand, and mostly we change the clef. So let's start from this do. Yes, I'm coming from here. Let's start. Now we change the clef. Right? Accidental if you put this kind of symbols before a note, it changes the note in some way. So the sharp, or another name, the DS, is raises the note up with 1/2 step. It means that, let's say, if I had a do before, I put a DS before the note, then I will have do DS or C, and I will have C sharp. I'm talking about the same note, just in two different terms. If I use the flat, let's say I had a B, which is this note. I put a flat or a bemol before the note of B, and I will have a B flat or Si bemol. Now the natural is cancels an accidental. So if I had an accidental, let's say I had a Si bemol before, and I put a Bécard on the next Si bemol, it means that I have C. Or sometimes I just call it Si Bécard. Major scale. Minor scale. It's in the same key. The minor scale starts on the 6th degree of its relative major scale. So if I say Do major, we count until its 6th degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I reached La. So, and then we are in La minor. So the Do major's relative minor is La minor. If you see the notation, it's that. Start from La. Now this was a natural minor. The harmonic minor, as you raise up the 7th degree of the scale. I'm going to play this to you This is a harmonic minor. The melodic minor, when you play melodic minor scale, you raise up the 6th and the 7th degree at ascend way of the scale, but at the descent scale, you play natural minor. This is the way how to play melodic minor scale. This slide is about the different intervals within an octave. There are intervals which are in advanced category, in advanced level, and there are intervals which are in basic category. It depends. If you take a look on this whole slide, you can see that there are minor, major, and perfect intervals in the basic intervals. Yeah, I'm not talking about the others like the augmented or the diminished and these things, right? All the intervals, they are based on one thing, and this is the semitone. The semitone is the smallest step between two notes in the Western music. It's like that. If I play a scale and I use all of the notes of the keyboard, it's called chromatic scale, which is going up semitone by semitone. One octave includes, if you go on, 12 semitones. And regarding that, how many semitones are between two notes, we are talking about the different intervals which are in between two notes. Between each key signature, we have actually a perfect fifth interval. So between C major or Do major and G major, which is Sol major, it's a perfect fifth. C major, we don't have any key signature, we don't have sharps or flats. G major, we have one. D major, we have two. A major, we have three. E major, we have four. B major, we have five. F sharp major, we have six. And C sharp major, we have seven. Now, as we go on with the perfect fifth, after a while, we are getting back to the C. If we start to the left side, we are getting the bemol key signatures. Fa major, Si bemol major, Mi bemol major, La bemol major. The most important thing that there is exactly a perfect fifth between each key signature. It's just a very interesting dodecagram. Yeah, if you see, it looks nice. It looks like a star. So if you put the chromatic scale, yeah, in a circle, what is chromatic scale, that you go up in half notes, yes? Yeah, and you make this star dodecagram, then you will get actually the perfect fifths. What am I talking about? Do, sol, re, la, mi, si, and continue as on. And after a while, if you follow that, you will go back to the do. To know the whole circular fifth is a kind of advanced category in music. I probably, if it will be in a test, I will just ask that explain me what is the circle of fifth. And if you just give me this explanation, yeah, then I will be satisfied with. At the last slide, we are going to start to extend our musical vocabulary. We are going to learn 13 new words. These words are Italian words, and music, there are lots of instructions are coming in from different language. A big part of the instructions are coming in Italian language, but there are also German ones and there are also French ones. So first thing, we already learned what is tempo. And tempo is an Italian word and it means time in the Italian language. The expression found at the top left corner of the musical stuff. So if there is a music, yeah, you can see that instruction or this expression on the top left corner in the musical stuff indicates how fast the music should be played. The expression could be a word or a metronome marking. Sometimes you just see a number. If you remember for the Titanic song, it was only a number. Now, let's talk about and just go through on these different words and the pronunciation. I would like you to repeat after me if I say grave. These pronunciations are not the same than the English because it's Italian. So I say grave. It means extremely slow and solemn. Adagio. Adagio. Very slow. Largo. I would like you to repeat after me. Largo. Slow and broad. Andante. Andante. Rather slow at a walking pace. Andantino. Andantino. A little faster than andante. Moderato. Moderato. A moderate pace. Con moto. Con moto. With movement or a certain quickness. Allegretto. Allegretto. Fairly quick, slightly slower than allegro. What is allegro? Is a lively, rather quick music. Vivace, quick and lively music. Presto, presto, very quick music. And the last is prestissimo, prestissimo, as quick as possible. As we go through on the different terms, our music is getting faster and faster. See, grave, extremely slow and solemn, and then through the andante, moderato is a moderate pace, and then from this it's getting faster and faster until prestissimo, which is mostly the fastest music. Well, thank you for listening today. Please listen to this presentation as much as you can, and learn and study all of the new terms, new thoughts that we learned today. Thank you for your listening. Goodbye.